Good day, Ruskin enjoyers. It is the 19th of September and it's time to do our Rust Workshop skin checks. Over the past weekend we had a lot of very interesting skin submissions, as you can see, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at each and every single one of them in hopes of identifying skin continuations of collections. With the financial perspective, this video is based around looking for investments. We're on the hunt to identify skin continuations because if those skin continuations do get accepted in future Rust stores, the pre-existing skins from the same collection very likely will spike in demand and spike in price. So if we had the intuition to think, you know what, maybe I should invest into those skins that are part of that collection, then we potentially could walk away with some delicious looking profits. So that's the basis for the whole video. We're on the looks for investments and whatnot. We're trying to make profits, skin investing, you know how it is. And we're going to be using the likes of scmm.app. It's a website that's very handy with Rust skins. We're going to use this to help visualize what potentially would be or would not be a good investment. Once you watch this video, you'll get a good understanding of how it usually all works. And also, if you want, you can look in the description right now. Not only will you see the link to all the newest skins, the collection that we're going to be looking at throughout all of this video, but you can also see that I add chapters for every single continuation that we do identify. So if you mainly only care about a certain type of item, deployable, weapon, you get the idea, you can just skip ahead to that if you really want to. I'm just trying to make it a whole lot easier for everybody with their viewing experience, if that makes sense to all of you. So before we get started talking about all the newest skins that have appeared on the workshop, I should point out, you're probably wondering, what's this, a followed authors list? How has Hedge managed to be able to see all of these skins in such a neat order? How are they being presented to him? Well, if you were to look right now in the top right corner of this video, you'll notice that a special card's just appeared. If you were to click that, it will navigate you to a specially prepared video in which it can teach you how to build up your own followed authors list. So if you're curious about that, you should click that card, right? Sounds good? Awesome. So before we get started, I should just quickly point out, TGG has got another top picks list out, and you should probably know by now that this is most likely going to be the skins that potentially will be picked from for the upcoming Rust store. But as you also are aware, with the most recent Rust store, we did have a lot of early picks. So I'm not really sure with what's currently going on, but yeah, we saw a lot of early picks last week. We already discussed all of these skins last week as well. In the most recent video, we already talked about all of that, and we had a ton of early picks. So this is why you should always keep an eye on the workshop and always be in the know of what potentially could be picked, if that makes sense. Right. So also, please don't forget, also consider watching their video, get a good look at all the skins in game, and yeah, you know how it all usually works. So, with that, let's just quickly close all of this, and now let's start looking at the newest collection, the newest batch of skins. We have 107 skins to go through today, and we've got a lot of collection continuations that we're going to be talking about. This might be a big video, it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest, but just know, lots of potential investments to be making, alright? Sounds good? So, let's just take a quick drink, and we'll get started with deployables. Whew, right then. First up, we have some rugs. We have an interesting new design and a continuation straight away. Then we have some furnaces, quite a lot of furnaces, and a furnace that's a continuation. So, first up, we have the ivy rug made by Darkiwa. Now, we literally just had the grass rug being accepted, so the possibility of that being accepted instantly, it's a bit questionable, but hey, best of luck, Darkiwa. Now, chat, please don't forget, you might be able to go to the description and go through all the skins that we're about to go through and whatnot, and you can vote yes or no if you happen to like them. But also, please consider offering nice comments or two, you know, if you happen to like the skin, show some support. If you don't happen to like it, if you voted no, you could still offer some constructive, you know, feedback and whatnot, you know, constructive criticism, sorry. But you know what I mean. Be nice, concise, and straight to the point. Try and help them out. And maybe if the skin doesn't get accepted, they'll incorporate your feedback and maybe they could turn that into a version 2. So, you never know. It's nice to try and help out. So best of luck to you, Darkiwa. Let's now move on to the next skin. This is the first continuation that we're talking about today. This is the Snowgrass Rug. Essentially, basically the same rug skin that we had, but the colour white, which potentially could help you out in the snowy Arctic environments. Wow, doesn't that look nice and helpful? It actually does kind of look good in the stone, but then again, that's the inside, the interior, so just saying. Oh, here's the exterior. Still pretty good. No, actually, that's still the interior. Damn it. Anyway, so we have a continuation that's immediately appeared. The question is, will it actually be accepted? So, earlier this year, we did have the likes of the kelp rug, and, well, it's lost quite a fair bit of value when this appeared. But when this was made, there was also a desert design, a dried kelp rug, which would have been perfectly fine for desert camouflage and whatnot. Well, that wasn't accepted. Even though this sold a ton, wasn't accepted. So right now, this is currently selling at about 26,000 sales at bare minimum at the moment. I can't really guarantee that that's definitely going to be an acceptance. By default, the future that this has very likely might be a pretty good one. It hasn't sold it has not yet sold I can't speak properly. It has not yet sold an absurd amount. There we go, I can say it. Hooray. That's the word of the day. Absurd. Basically, we don't have a ridiculous amount of sales for this one. It actually might be a whole lot more grounded. It actually might nicely progress exactly like the Forest Camouflage Net. However, Forest Camouflage Net did have a continuation. Not only did it have other rugs being accepted, there's doors and whatnot, so that worked out very nicely for that. This, however, we shall see. Now, I can't guarantee that's definitely going to be accepted, but if it were, I do think the grass rug probably would have a bit more demand. But then again, maybe if we got like door skins as well, exactly like the Camouflage Net collection, maybe it might work out even better. Basically, by default, it's a deployable collection. More deployables being accepted equals the pre-existing deployables from the same collection tend to increase in demand and increase in price. Not too hard to understand. So things are looking pretty interesting there, but if that does get accepted, then we do take a look at that. Yes, this would go up in demand. This would probably go up in price, but the fact that it's only just come out might be questionable. Might be questionable. It might, at bare minimum, it might have caused people to buy a few more of these. It might help it retain its value, but from here and now, we shall see. It's not exactly the best time to be buying and... Well, it's somewhat okay to buy skins. It's not the best time to sell skins at the moment because we do have a lot less people playing the game. So I can't really guarantee that grass rugs probably got the absolute most purchases it ever would because it's selling in September. But anyway, let's just see. Things are looking interesting, but it all depends if it does get accepted. Now moving on to the likes of Furnace skins. So here we have Cave Vladimirs and Hellos, Saturated Paints Furnace. Looks like they're trying to set up a new collection, it seems, because I think this isn't the first type of skin I've seen like this. Well, if you're a fan of it, please consider voting yes or no if you happen to like Saturated Paints Furnace. Then we have the Stone Furnace made by Hashaki. Very stony. But you do have like some caveman drawings on there, so that's pretty nice. That's pretty cool. If you happen to like this design, please consider voting yes or no. Then we have the Furnace Room. It looks like it's a version 2. So you've got all these different types of mushrooms all on the side. The actual furnace itself is a mushroom. You've got the nice green, grassy design here, the wood stump. Looking pretty nice, pretty cool. So this is made by Chris. If you happen to be a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no. Then we have the Dragon Lairs Furnace. And you know what? I'm quite the fan of this. It looks as if the nicely sculpted dragons actually breathe in the fire that's in the furnace. And that, I'll give you props, NFN, does look really cool. So we got a very useful gift there just to see how it like blends in from daytime to nighttime. And you can flick through all of this. So if you happen to be a fan of this design, if you think that looks really cool, then please consider voting yes or no for the Dragon's Lair Furnace. Best of luck to you, NFN. Right, now we got a nice cutesy little design, Abandoned Cottage Furnace. This is made by Micro and Morphus. We do have some pretty nice looking gifts right here. Very nice, a nice little tilt around. Get a good look at all of the design. And yes, just get a good look at this comfy look. Very nice, very cute. It's reminded me of the brick DLC. We never did get a brick skin being accepted, did we? But that does look very nice. So best of luck to you, Micromorphus. If you happen to like what you see, please consider voting yes or no for the Abandoned Cottage Furnace. Then we have our next continuation of the week. We have the Infernal Furnace. This right here is a continuation of the door skin that we had accepted not too long ago. Made by McQuarrie and Chakloon. Let us go remind ourselves of Infernal Sheet Metal Door, which unfortunately has not been holding up very nicely. It was a $2.49 skin, and now it's selling for $1. Oh dear. And that's mainly due to the fact that we've had far too many Sheepman Adore skins being accepted this year, and we're very likely going to be seeing even more being accepted. So anyway, as you can see right here, 86 in the market, down to $1. Yeah, not looking super great at the moment. However, this is the only skin that was accepted. There was other skins that were made, which I should remind you of, Infernal Collection. So yeah, we had a large box, a garage door, a version 2 of the large box, and now we're at the furnace. It's getting to the point where, you know what, if this furnace skin isn't accepted, McQuarrie, Chakloon, it's probably safe to say that Face Punch probably isn't interested. So don't hang on for it, don't hang on to it forever. Maybe after this, it's time to consider moving on. But it is potentially a continuation that could potentially be accepted. If this were to be accepted, I'm going to be... Oh, didn't mean to click that. I wouldn't be surprised that the Sheepman Adore doesn't really budge that much. See, what we need is a collection, a deplorable collection, and 2 skins isn't really that much. We need to see more than that. But if we did keep seeing more Infernal deplorable skins being made and accepted, all the better to it. But unfortunately, we only have one skin so far, and if we were to see another, I don't think it's going to really budge that much. It's gone down in price very sharply for a reason. People just don't seem to care too much for it, unfortunately. But they would do if we did see a whole lot more being accepted. But that's up to Face Punch, so a little bit awkward, I know, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. So yes, Sheepman Adore probably would do a whole lot better, but maybe we start to see 3 or 4 skins, in the collection. So I'm personally not going to move for it right now. That's what I'm saying. All right. And immediately at the sleeping bags, we have 2 continuations of collections. We've got the first deplorable skin for the training collection right here. So literally just this week, we were surprised to see the training road sign gloves were accepted like that. Instantly accepted as an early pick. Now, as you can see, it's a well-established collection. We've got all the core pieces, that being hoodie pants, tier 2 armor, and tier 3 armor. We've got a select choice of weapons, and, after about 2.5 years, Mishka and Swansper thought to themselves, you know what, let's go make another training skin, and then it got accepted instantly. So I'm not surprised to see that they've decided, you know what, why don't we go make some more skins for this collection? If this were to get accepted as well, I would be very curious, because in the current state that it is, it's starting to look potentially like the Tempered Collection. Now, what do you mean by that? Tempered Collection, made by Emilio Frito. This has been around forever. This has been around since 2015, 2016. Yeah, there's a lot of skins, is the point I'm trying to get across to all of you. And we've got all the clothing and armour that you could want. You've got plenty of weapons and tools. And then fairly recently, we did see the start of the Deployables. And essentially what happened was we kept seeing more and more and more being made and accepted. And it built up very, very nicely. With every new deployable skin that we saw being accepted, the previous skins were spiking in demand, were spiking in price very nicely. If this happens with the likes of the training collection, I am definitely looking forward to it. But much how we just spoke about the likes of the Infernal collection, we do need to see more than just the sleeping bag. So just keep an eye out. Let's see if this does get accepted. Seems SCMM decided to have a brain fart. Let's hope that doesn't persist. But yeah, from what we can see here, things are looking interesting. Would investing into the training collection potentially give us any profits? I'm going to sit here and say no. It's already well established. It's already kind of pricey as well. So even if it were to get a bit of an increase in demand, I don't think you'd make that much profit anyway. More specifically, what we care about is, will this turn into a deplorable collection? Will we get more than just the sleeping bag if this were to be accepted? So that's what we're going to be kind of looking at this now. But in considering investing into the weapons and whatnot, I personally will not be doing. So yeah, I'm just going to leave that for now. Then we do have a continuation of that goofy alien. Yes, this is made by Little Ranger. This means we're not getting Abyss hoodie and pants this week, but that's fine because he's got a lot on his plate. He's got lots of collections that are currently active for him. But anyway, one of the more recent collections that they set up was the UAP pilot set. So we've had the furnace, we've recently had that sheepman of door, and now we've also got a sleeping bag. And he's also got the fall on it. Now, this does glow in the dark. Just wanted to point that out to all of you. This does glow in the dark. So let's go talk about that UAP pilot set, which was last week. Yep, last week was a bit of an odd one because hardly any skins sold that much. And unfortunately, this UAP pilot door has not managed to retain its value. Unfortunate, but far too many sheepman of doors exist. We've covered this so many times. Anyway, this potentially could be the third deplorable skin of this collection. I get the feeling from here and now, if this were to be accepted, as time goes on, these skins actually would start to gradually rise in demand and rise in price. And there's not many of them on the Steam market. Let me just point this out to you. UAP Pilot Furnace, UAP Pilot Door. Well, at the moment, there's only 50 of these on the Steam market. That's currently selling for about 96 cents. And this right here, we should also just quickly point out, this was for sale in the last week's Rust store. So not everybody who bought this has the ability to sell this yet. So this has low quantity, mainly based on that. So if this low quantity situation does persist, things could look very interesting for this set. This could potentially be the beginning of this collection like really turning into something. If we keep seeing more and more things being made and accepted, all the better for it. And if it does, become an established collection, deployable collection that is, yeah, every new deployable, I would expect an increase in demand and of course an increase in price. So things are looking somewhat tame for these two now, but it also potentially could be an opportunity. So that's what it looks like now. What will it look like in the future? What will this look like by post-Christmas time? Well, got to keep an eye on it. But like I said, Little Ranger has got a lot of collections that they're kind of covering at the moment. So we got Abyss, we got UAP Pilot. I don't know why it's taking forever to load all of this up. We got Toy Collection. What else did we have? Dragon Rage. Something weird's been happening with this. Why is it taking forever to load up certain things? I do not know, and that's going to be a bit of a worry. Oh, there we go. There was just a lot to unpack. Because you should be aware that Little Ranger is the second most prolific skin creator in all of Rust. That meaning that he's had the second most skins accepted overall as a skin creator. And as you can see, just this year, quite a lot. And there's probably going to be a whole lot more from here on now. So yeah, things are looking pretty interesting for the UAP Pilot Collection. What are you going to do? What moves are you going to make? I've already got some skins myself through buy orders and whatnot. Let's see what happens from here on now. Alright then, now we're going to move on to storages. We have one small box and a few large boxes. So this is actually a continuation of a collection. You might not fully remember it, but Mr. Wagan, I believe he used to be called WAG, Wag. Well, he had... What was it, the OSB door? No, it was a large box. Sorry about that. No, he made a wooden door. I do remember this. However, unfortunately, this wasn't really in demand. It wasn't really stand out, wasn't really too interesting of a design, and unfortunately didn't retain its value. Sold for $1.49, currently selling for $1. But there's only 35 of them on the Steam market. Could this potentially get a continuation? Could this small box potentially be accepted? I can't really guarantee anything. You never can. You never know what face punch is going to pick, really. But hey, maybe this does get accepted. Maybe there could be an increase in demand for the likes of that large box. And there's only like 37 of these on the Steam market, currently just a little bit below $1. Choice is yours, but I wouldn't really be assuming anything, to be honest. We have seen some other skins being made for this OSB collection before. It wasn't successful, unfortunately. But you never know. Maybe this could be the one. So maybe you only react if you see it being accepted. And then probably jump in and buy some of those large boxes. Because who knows what else would be made next and will that be accepted? But things are looking somewhat interesting. Deployable collection potentially. Then we got large boxes. Here is the concrete box. It glows in the dark because for some strange reason we've got glow sticks on the top of it. Why is that? I have no idea. They had to think of a reason to make it glow. Anyway, this is made by Algorithm and Other Algorithm to the new upcoming building skin, perhaps. Yes, we are getting the Brutalist armoured building skin. Basically, the absolute top tier building skin. And, well, by the time this potentially... Well, might be a little bit early, to be honest. Maybe it'll be perfectly in time for when the October force wipe happens, and of course the October update. But yeah, we shall see. So that's going to be the Brutalist building skin or building DLC. You know how it is. So very cool, very interesting for high quality metal, but I don't think it really matches up that well with it. We shall see. So best of luck. And if you happen to like it, please consider voting yes or no, and don't forget to offer a comment or two. Right, then we have the fine riveted large box made by Selitra. Not every skin must be fancy, bright and glowing. And you know what? That's totally fine. Some people do like a more grounded approach, a much more grounded design, and that does look very interesting in its own special way. Nothing too crazy, nothing too fancy, just a perfectly fine, well-made box. And you know what? I happen to like that. And if you do too, please consider voting yes or no for the fine riveted large box, and also consider offering a nice comment. Then we have the molten large wood box made by Sean Mick. Get a good look at this. It's a very goofy style of design. We have seen some sheepman doors and whatnot from him fairly recently. Looks like they're trying to see if this could work out. Do you like its design? Do you like what they've made? Now, it doesn't seem to glow in the dark, so, yep, just wanted to point that out. So if you happen to be a fan of Sean Mick's molten large wood box, if you want a nice melty looking design for your large boxes, please consider voting yes or no, and also please consider looking at the rest of the collection. Wow. Then we have the ultra large box. Get a good look at this. This is made by Schmoothie, and wow, that's pretty glow. That's a fairly strong looking glow right there. Oh, it's like ancient technology or something like. Is it magic? Is it runes? Who knows? But definitely looks quite appealing to the eyes. So if you happen to be a fan of this, maybe you want to consider voting yes or no. Maybe even consider offering a nice comment. Look at that. Loads of nice supporting comments. It helps out a lot. Keeps them motivated. Keeps them wanting to keep making creative designs for skins. And we also have a version 2. So different lighting option. If maybe you're more of a fan of this, well, maybe you vote for this one instead. Maybe offer some nice comments in this one instead. The choice is yours. So, yeah, very cool, and that does help out a lot. Keeps them in a good mood, and you'll very likely maybe be seeing even more ultra deployable skins being made in the near future. So, yep, best of luck to that. Let's now move on to doors. We're starting off with the likes of wooden doors, and then we have some sheet metal doors. Quite a lot of sheet metal doors. Loads of sheet metal doors. Plenty of sheet metal doors, and a continuation. So, here is the Forest Eye wooden door. This is made by Kavahu. Get a good look at that. Yep, it's like an eyeball. It stares at you. So I'm assuming this glows in the dark. Yes, it does. It stares at you incessantly. What have you been up to? What are you doing out there? The door knows. The door sees. The door saw everything. So yeah, pretty cool idea. Pretty interesting approach if you happen to like a fairly intricate and solemn design. Well, please consider voting yes or no for the likes of the Forest Eye wooden door. And yeah, you get the old idea. So let's move on. We have the Wildfire wooden door. What does that say? Deaf. Why does it say deaf? I don't want a door that says deaf. I'm joking, it's all good. Well, what it clearly implies is if you try to get in, you will suffer with death. Anyway, so this is made by Fresh. Get a good look at this. And yeah, pretty cool. So front and back, glow-in-the-dark wooden door. Do I need to say any more? Please consider voting yes or no if you happen to be a fan of the Wildfire wooden door. Then we have the Queen of Spades wooden door. This is made by Hessiam, and you can see how they came up with the design. Pretty cool. That's actually a pretty cool design right there. Yeah, someone's quite the artist. It's like as if it's in the shape of a card. All right, yeah, that's pretty neat. So, if you happen to like this design, please consider voting yes or no for the Queen of Spades wooden door made by Hessiam. Now we're moving on to sheet metal doors. This is Alloy and Falcon. Skip me, please. What's this? Skip me. Is this some sort of reverse psychology? Anyway, so we've got the Neon Punk version 1 glow-in-the-dark sheet metal door. That looks really cool. And I do believe we have a second version that we can take a look at as well. So, get one quick look at that. Move on to the next. Yep, this one's a different colour. Pretty interesting. Do you like this type of design? Is this the type of door that you need in your life? Well, please consider voting yes or no for Alloy and Falco's Neon Punk version sheet metal door. And yeah, even consider offering a nice comment if you can. Then we have the panel trim sheet metal door. This is made by iSmile and AirRat 489. So, yep. Look, this guy said, wait, hang on a minute, I just saw it. This guy says, pick me, please. No, the meta is saying, skip me. Come on now. You should keep up to date with everything. Anyway, panel trim sheet metal door, glow in the dark. Pretty interesting, pretty cool. If this is the type of door for you, please consider voting yes or no for it. Best of luck to you too. Let's move on. We have the Rusty Rebar door. Get a good look at this. This is made by Vold. Right. I'm not sure. So is that like copper wiring or something? Bit unique, I guess. Yeah, get a go at that. So you got to get all the right code and whatnot. So yeah, that looks pretty interesting. So if this is the type of door that you need, it does also glow in the dark. So yeah, get a good look at that. Please consider voting yes or no for the rusty rebar door. And maybe also consider offering a nice comment. Then we got reinforced concrete. So Robstar, I guess he's also made this skin in reference to the upcoming building skin that we're going to be getting for the October update. I think. Now, a lot of people, when they first saw it, assumed it was concrete, but no, it's like, well, Brutalist is concrete. It's just like really weird. So let me just kind of bring this up. Brutalist design. And, well, it's not exactly like super pretty. It's just, yeah, it's just like that. It's just loads of concrete and whatnot. So I can definitely see what the intention is. I can definitely get that. And, you know, this happens quite a lot. When new content is on the horizon, skin creators will make skins in reference to it. Because usually that tends to get accepted. But we haven't really seen any acceptances for like that fairly recently. Like, as I mentioned earlier, with the likes of the brick building DLC, loads of brick skins were made for it. Not a single one was accepted. We don't know why. Face Punch is weird. Face Punch is strange. So, best of luck to you, Robstar, if you happen to like what you see here. And if you do think it'll pair up very nicely with that future Brutalist building DLC, please consider voting yes or no. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a continuation right in front of us. We have the Pug Sheet Metal Door. Get a good look at that. Yep, pointing at that. Yep. So, we have a goofy pug. We already have had the likes of the rock skin, we have the furnace skin, and now we have a sheet metal door. So let's go take a look at the pug collection. Here it is. Yep, so far we've only got two skins. We have the pug furnace and we have the pug rock. Pug rock currently in the rust store right now. If we do see this being accepted, would it help the likes of these two skins? Yes, it would. These two skins very likely could have a pretty interesting future ahead of them, mainly due to the fact that September has been awkward. Not that many people have been wanting to spend that much money, which I have noticed. If you look at the previous week's Rust store, hardly any sales happened. And with these two skins, as of now, based on what they are, they have had hardly any sales. This is one of the goofiest looking furnace skins I've ever seen that came out this year, and it's the second lowest selling furnace skin that came out this year. I think it's a lot lower than expected. I can't really check right now, but just take my word for it. It sold a lot less than I was expecting, which would mean it could easily potentially rise in price in the future. If there's a lot less of it available and suddenly there's an increase in demand, well, it could go up in price a whole lot easier. And what could potentially cause an increase in demand? A continuation for the collection. So this potentially being accepted could definitely help out the likes of both of these. And at the current rate, with the sales that I see for this Pug Rock, if you were to compare it to all the other rock skins that we had this year, all the pet-themed ones more specifically, well, the Hamster Rock and the Capybara Rock, they sold way more. But it was a different time. And with this being September, this looks like it's barely going to reach 20,000 sales. It might not even reach it, which would be almost half of the likes of Hamster Rocks and Capybara Rocks. So I think this does have a good future ahead of it. And with more pug skins being made and potentially being accepted, well, things are looking very interesting now. Very interesting. So that's definitely going to be an influence in regards to how much we offer for that Pug Rock when we do our abnormal barders this week. So, ideal. Best of luck to you. Chat, YouTube, if you happen to like what you see, please consider voting yes or no, and don't forget to consider offering a nice comment. Look, Burrito loves the Pug Rock. I mean, a Pug Door. Let's move on. Alright, we've got a few more door skins, and that'll be all of the deployable skins wrapped up, but we do have a very interesting talking point. Right. So, we have Mr. Kua's Catacomb Garage Door. Halloween is just around the corner. Why not spice up the place and have some skulls all situated around your... Sorry. But yeah, you've got some candles like stuck on top of them, and that also is the setup for the glow in the dark, which looks pretty cool. That does look very nice. So giving off a very cool lighting style effect. So yeah, if you feel like, nah, my base is boring, well, why not consider adding all of these skulls to it? A very cool looking design, perfectly fit for the likes of any garage door. And yeah, what do you reckon? Oh, the skulls of your enemies on display in the front of your base. So best of luck to you, Kua. You can see where the reference came from, the Paris Catacombs. And yeah, if you happen to like what you see, please consider voting yes or no, and maybe even offer a nice comment if you can. Very cool, very nice, yay! Okay, now we have Cavency trying to get a sorry, I've read it too quickly. Concrete decoration garage door. Now, I'm not really sure what I'm looking at. I think this is also in reference to the Brutalist type of design. It's just this is also like an optical illusion, I think. I don't know. I'm sorry, Cavency. I don't fully know what you're going on here. What you're trying to set up. If you come up with something really goofy, right, and you're a skin creator, you're more than welcome to add a description. It helps out a lot, because I'm just a little bit confused at what I see here. It does remind me of that optical illusion. You know the one I'm talking about, with the white and black squares, and it kind of looks like it's curving, the line's curving. You probably know what I'm on about. So anyway, if you happen to like what you see, please consider voting yes or no, and also please consider offering a nice comment. Right, now we have the Airborne Garage Door. This is made by Mr. Aeros. So recently we have the attack... Oh, sorry about that. I choked on my tongue. Recently, we have the attack helicopter being introduced to Rust, and I'm sure many of you are very happy about it. Well, why not, show off your enthusiasm with this very interesting looking airborne garage door, which also happens to glow in the dark. Well, so yep, this is made by Eros. Looks like he's not immediately continuing his El Diablo collection as of now, but maybe he just had a very cool idea that he wanted to, get out there. So yep, if you happen to be a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no for the airborne garage door. Then we do have a continuation. So, Bear Trip. Okay, there's a bit of a story to this. It's unfortunate timing. Now, you won't get the full picture until I'm done talking about this to understand why it's very unfortunate that this came out right here, right now. But let's just kind of give you some of the back, I'm trying to... Sorry. Okay, let's just give you the context of, yes, this is a continuation of a door skin that we had accepted quite some time back. A very nice, interesting type of design that you might see for a casual, homely type of door. Very nice, very cool. Hasn't really retained its value, unfortunately. Sold for $2 back in April. It's now down to 92 cents. However, if we were to see a double door being accepted, things could have worked out a whole lot better. We could have potentially seen an increase in demand based on the fact of the possibility of maybe seeing a deployable collection being set up. Also, with it being a sheet metal double door, all the better for it by itself, because we hardly ever see them being accepted, and well, because of that, they tend to be very, very nice investments. So everything could have been perfectly fine for this. Everything could have worked out very nicely. I honestly would have thought this probably would have been a perfectly fine thing to maybe accept in the future, near future, or you get the idea. So things could have worked out perfectly fine for the likes of Bad Trip and Hulk. Yeah. Also, please consider voting yes or no if you happen to like this. But something kind of happened, and that is a TGG skin appeared. Yep, that German guy. Every single week they are producing their top picks lists, which I mentioned at the very beginning of this video. It's a curated list of skins in which they make sure there's no DMCA copyright issues for all the skin uploads. He also makes sure that they are of the quality standard to be accepted to Rust. And those lists are then put towards Facepunch, and then Facepunch usually picks their skins from those lists. Well, I'm sure I've mentioned it many times before, but I'll explain it again. The way in which TGG kind of gets reimburses for the help that he does for making his lists and whatnot, he's allowed to have his own skin being accepted every 3 months, and it's 100% guaranteed. So now you understand the problem with this, because we're getting this double sheet metal door being accepted this week. Yes, this week, 100% happening. You're definitely going to see this being accepted. So yeah. It's unfortunate for that, but hey, maybe we might see it next week or the week after. We can't rule it out, but it's kind of awkward timing. Even Bad Trip knows that. I kind of brought it up to them. They weren't happy. But anyway, this is 100% guaranteed to be accepted in the next Rust store. Or if it wasn't to be in the next Rust store, at the very least the one after that, but I'm pretty sure it's this Rust store this week. So yeah, that's very likely going to be selling for $2.49, based on the previous stores that we've had. And all the previous stores also had transparency, So yeah, if you missed out on the likes of that Blizzard ID sheet metal double door that we had just literally a week ago, the one with the penguins and the glow in the dark, well, Just for $2.49, you can pick this up, which also happens to be part of a well-established collection, so we should probably go ahead and bring that up. So we're going to look at the Bombshell collection. This is been around for a good few years now. What is it, since 2020? Let's just go remind ourselves. 2019, okay. Since 2019, we've had all the clothing and the armour, so all the core pieces, and we've had various weapons, and then somewhat recently we did start seeing the likes of door skins, but every single door has had transparency, and they've done rather well. So Garage Door did very nice once people started talking about it on TikTok. Loads of people started buying them all out. Armoured Double Door did very nicely throughout all of this year, but it has kind of slipped down a fair bit. And Bombshell Armoured Door, this has been very awkward. This came out during summer sale this year, and unfortunately, for like 2 weeks, the Steam market was kind of broken. So when this became marketable, you couldn't really sell this, and people couldn't really buy it. The only way like a transaction could happen on the Steam market is if people sold directly to the highest buy order. That caused all of the highest buy orders to disappear because people got anxious and started to unload all their stock. And with no like high buy orders to support this, it started to suffer pretty badly, especially during these bad times, September, October, November time. Hopefully that does rebound. And hey, with another skin potentially in Horizon, things could probably work out very nicely for it. But it is awkward because we literally just had a double sheet metal door, which also glows in the dark and also had transparency, being given away for free literally just a week ago. So yeah, awkward. I know it's goofy, but hey, maybe this doesn't sell that much, and potentially it becomes a very nice investment in the future. Maybe that's going to be a big talking point when we see the new Rust door. All right, so let's save it for then. Okay. I know that's getting accepted, 100%. I've already made a short video mentioning that. So, yeah, we already know what's potentially going to be the first skin of the next Rust door, but what else could potentially be picked? What do you think? We've just gone through all the deployable skins. Which one of these do you reckon potentially has the best chance of being accepted in a future Rust door? Which one of these was your favourite? Feel free to go ahead and pick one of those out. I'm going to take a real quick drink, and we'll proceed with the likes of talking about the weapons and the tools. Alright, so I'm just going to take a quick drink of water. Oh, mate, it is actually really hot for me at the moment. I thought the window was open enough, but nope, just going to sit here and melt. Oh, dear. Oh, blimey, right. I'm trying my best to be really quick, but I know there's so many more skins to talk about. We're already 37 minutes in. I've tried my absolute best to try and make these videos faster, but more and more skins keep coming out, and more collection continuations keep appearing. There's too much to talk about. I really do hope people actually did listen in at the beginning of this video where I mentioned you can just look at the specific skins as chapters, but people are probably still going to complain. Alright, let's just move on. Right then, it's time for the weapons and tools. As you can see, we've got some ham, and then we got a knife, and then we got some tools right here. Get a good look at all of these. Yep. And we got some goofy tools. We got some useful tools. Okay, right. So let's go take a look at all of these. First up, we have the hammer. My nose is playing tricks on me. Sorry about this. It's like... sorry. It's not because of the ham, don't worry. It's like as if something's tickling my nose. Sorry about that. So yeah, we got the hammer. Do you like ham? Do you like hammer? Well, please consider voting yes or no for Anubis Dunk's very goofy idea for a hammer skin. And I could just quickly bring this up again because this is constantly being brought up. Every time we see a hammer skin, we should always mention the fact that we have not had a marketable hammer skin since March 2022. Yes, it's been a year and a half since we've had a marketable hammer skin. Bit goofy there. It's weird because you're constantly using it. Why don't we see more skins for it? I don't know. Face punch is strange. Well, maybe you could support Anubis Dunk with his hammer and vote yes or no. Right? Okay, so... let's now move on to the radioactive flame knife. This is made by Demon. That's essentially it. Haven't seen a combat knife skin being accepted since, what was it, 2020? Yeah, been about 3.5 years. Well, maybe this could be the one. Please consider voting yes or no for the radioactive flame knife made by Demon. Then we have the fast-growing bamboo and stone pickaxe. Bamboo, stone pickaxe, and stone hatchet. Sorry. Blech. Brain, stop working. Reboot. Okay, here we are, back to normal. So, yep, we have the stone pickaxe right there, and we haven't had any stone tools for a while, have we? What was it? All I can remember is low poly. Go on then, let's go take a look. Stone pickaxe. When was the most recent stone tools to be accepted? The answer is... Oh! That was the Easter set. Is that it? Oh, wow. Okay, so low poly was a normal hatchet and pickaxe. Huh. Right, okay, I guess we're overdue for a new pair, so maybe, saddest, everything just lined up perfectly for you, because, hey, maybe that... Wait, hang on a minute. Stone pickaxe? Wait, hold on. Stone... Did I look at the hatchet? Did I just click the stone pickaxe twice? Well, hold on a second. No, I'm going crazy. I did look at that first. I'm going crazy. Right, so if you happen to like this as well, be careful because it might make you go crazy. Please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, saddest. Sorry. Right, oh, there it is. I don't care, move on. Sorry. Hello, Mr. JJ. You have presented us a Devil's Claw stone tools. So we got the pickaxe right here. Get a good look at that. Yep. Pretty cool, pretty interesting. Nothing too crazy. Very down to earth like type of design. Something like that you could potentially make yourself if you were crafty enough. But yep. Perfectly fine right there, and then we have the hatchet right here. It's a bit shiny, that stone. Oh, cool. Where did that come from? Right, so if you happen to be a fan of these Devil Claw stone tools, please consider voting yes or no for JJ's stone tools. Yeah, cool. So best of luck to you. Right, then we... Look, just look, just look at this. Just look at this, right? Remember when I sat there and said, please consider offering some nice comments for all the skin creators out there to keep them motivated to bring out their creativity every single week. Well, be careful with some of these comments because you might give them a bit too much of a boost. It's just that one. You look at that one and you think, yeah, that one's really goofy. And then you actually properly look at this one and you think, what's with the beak? God, okay, right. Right. I guess you could call this a pet skin, because this is made by Keke. You know the one, he's been making tons of pet rock skins throughout all of this year. He's had the likes of his Easter chick door being accepted, his capybara door, his capybara... Okay. Alright, I'm going to move on, because I've spent too much time on this. If you happen to like this... Just look at it. I'm going to move on, alright? If you like it, please. Okay, hello. Right. Okay, I'm actually sweating a lot now. Okay, I recuperate. Be professional. Dough, hatchet, and pickaxe. This is the only picture that we have, unfortunately. If I put that in the oven, does it come out as nice and tasty bread? I must know, Ricenser. Right, so, if you happen to like what you see here, please consider voting yes or no. Ricenser, it doesn't hurt to have more pictures. I'm not sure if you're new, but yeah, definitely would hurt. It would help quite a fair bit. Oh, yeah, you've definitely been putting out some somewhat interesting skins over time, so, alright, yeah. Add more pictures definitely helps out a lot. So yeah, same pictures there because, well, that's all we got. Right then, so we're going to move on to the likes of bow skins, then crossbows, and then we have Iokas. Right, here we are, Taxi to the Beach. Get a good look at this. This is made by Juba and Trigger. So if we were to look on the side, it looks as if it's like your New York style taxi. Did you ever play Crazy Taxi when you were younger? That was a cool game. Just instantly got reminded of that. Yep, very nice. And I think there's a whole lot more pictures here. Which you can't really click. But yeah, it's a contorted, weird-looking taxi, but hey, it's a taxi. Do you want to get sent straight to heaven? Dead. We've got the bow skin for you. So yeah, if you happen to like the design, if you happen to be a fan of it, please consider voting yes or no for the Taxi to the Beach hunting bow. Best of luck to you too. But what we do see here is a continuation. So, Hardsuit Collection earlier this year got quite a lot of core pieces being accepted. Never got that tier 2 one, I'm afraid. However, could we potentially see the first weapon skin to be accepted? So, let's just go take a look over here. So yeah, like I said, hoodie and pants, tier 3 armor. We were very, 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 very hopeful to see tier 2 armor being accepted at some point. Unfortunately, after many attempts, never happened. Now, we did fairly recently see the likes of Hardsuit version 2. That was never accepted. Now we're on to bow skins. So, if we were to see this being accepted, what could potentially happen from here? I don't imagine the armor's going to go up in price if this were to be accepted. Just being brutally honest, I see a lot more people giving up on that collection rather than like wanting to actively go crazy and buy all of it. Who knows? Maybe we'll get the tier 2 for complete the sets at some point down the line, but it's unfortunate. A lot of people did buy in. A lot of people were very hopeful for the Hardsuit collection, and well, yeah, a weapon skin isn't going to magically change the world, so I just wanted to point that out. You don't want to fuss about it too much, so we're just going to move on. So here we have the denim crossbow made by Scrippin. So get a good look at this. Get a good look at that. You got little buttons there, all the stitchings and whatnot. Very cute, very silly. Do you like these type of designs? Do you like it when everything that you use is sewed together? Kind of looks like a bird there, kind of, with the little eyes and whatnot. Right, if you happen to be a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no for Scrippin's denim crossbow. But next up, we do have another continuation of a collection, or rather a specific skin. Y9J and 34633, they've made another Storm skin. Storm skin? What are you on about? Well, we got a Storm bow being accepted earlier this year, in between when they were making their pirate collection, if you can remember. So, this is the early Storm skin that we have, and if you were to compare this to all the other bow skins that came out this year, I believe this is the one that's currently performing the best. Yep. So this was sitting at about $1.60 just a few days ago. This is weird. Like, more and more of them kind of keep appearing and then disappearing and reappearing. It's a very strange thing. All I know is a lot of people really did like this skin. Like, it sold very nicely. It basically retained its value most of this year, until now, unfortunately. But yeah, what I see there is just a few stragglers, and then it's not too far away from $2. So, if we were to see the likes of a crossbow, I kind of get the feeling things could work out quite nicely for it. Number one, looks very cool. Like, if you ever got yourself a lightning strike AWP, then yeah. Yeah, does it remind you of something? So, yeah, if you happen to play a fair bit of CSGO, maybe you want to see more designs like this. But yeah, pretty cool. Storm crossbow, I wouldn't mind it. We had a crossbow being accepted not too long ago. That was the black gold one. Well, maybe we have room for more. We shall see. So best of luck to you, Y9J. If you happen to be a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no for this Storm crossbow. Okay, I don't know what this is. I'm getting old. I don't understand things anymore. I don't get this. I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know why you made it. It's so goofy. What is it? What is he looking at? What is it? Pepperco! I don't understand. Am I old? Am I out of touch? Oh, God. Oh, no. I don't understand the world anymore. I don't. Do you? Do you understand this? Do you like this? Are you a fan? Why does he look so scared? Or nonchalant? I don't know. If you like it, please consider voting yes or no. Maybe even offer a nice comment. But even then, I don't fully understand what I'm looking at anymore. Papa Carl, you got so much to explain. All right. So, moving on, we have the Croco Eyoka. See, I understand crocodiles. I can see that. That's actually a pretty cool design, to be honest. Universe Kid, I actually think this is probably one of the best skins you've ever made. That actually looks good. That actually looks really good. YouTube, are you a fan of crocodiles? Are you a fan of how cool they look? Honestly, damn, I'm quite surprised to see that Himic didn't make a skin like this. Like, that would have been perfect for Reptile Hunter. Anyway, if you happen to like that design, if you think that looks really cool as well, maybe consider voting yes or no. I kind of would be surprised that gets accepted. That actually does look really nice. In terms of a creative design for a Eyoka, and it looks perfectly fine for what it is, yeah, that looks nice. Good job, Universe Kid. Pretty cool, yeah, and you got a little gift there. Haha. All right. So, yeah, moving on. We've now got some semi-automatic pistols to take a look at, then some Pythons, then some custom SMGs, then some MP5s, and then some Thompsons. Right, let us proceed. So, we have the Muta Sap version 2. This is made by Ya. Get a good look at that. Perfectly fine design. Aim down the sight. What do we see? It's a perfectly normal grey aim sight. Doesn't stand out that much. Maybe it doesn't really need to. It's not exactly a super wacky type of design. If you like it for what it is, a more grounded approach, please consider voting yes or no for the Mutasap version 2. Then we have the Verdict version 2 sap made by Vlad. It's very pinkish. Looks as if it's stitched together, which I guess is a pretty interesting approach. Carved in weird faces. What's all that about? Anyway, pretty cool, colourful design. If you happen to be a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no. Get a good look at that. Aim down the sight, aim down the sight. What do we see? Pink? Pink! Pink! Cool. Okay, so that's useful. For pretty much every single environment, that is useful. And you've got a cool little, like, scratch thing, like, how many people have I killed? 5, apparently. So, yeah. Best of luck to you, Vlad. If you happen to be a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no, and please consider offering a nice comment. Then we have the Calibrated Python made by Delarai, and if we look at it real close, what does it say? Kill, 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 kill. Right, so, kill. Vote yes or no if you happen to like this, or kill, 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 subliminal, kill. Right, aim down the sight, what do we see? Kill. Yellow aim sight, cool, very nice, kill. Right, so, Delarai, best of luck to you, and if you happen to like this, please consider kill yes or kill no. Right then, moving on. We have the likes of the Python case. Right, do I have to get like a really good float or something? Like a really good float to get a full blue? Okay, CSGO again, I'm joking. So, Mad Polly, look, you got to understand the meta now. You got to say don't pick me. You got to say skip me, alright? That's how you get picked now. You got to understand this, alright? If that makes sense. So, aim down the sight, what do we see? It's a grey tip, grey aim sight. If you happen to like this metallic design, please consider voting yes or no for Mad Polly's Python Case Hardened version 2. Or Case Hardened Python version, you know the order, sorry. Right, Dragon Fury Custom SMG in the red version. We got a little GIF as it spins around. This is made by Shaft and Xenon. When you aim down the sight, you see a little bitey mouth. Aim down the sight, what do we see? A white sides here with the red aim sight. Should be good for most environments. I see nothing wrong with that. If you happen to be a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no. But I should also point out, it comes in a different colour. We also have the black version. So yes, maybe red's not your colour. Maybe you'd rather use the black one instead. Well, if that is the case, please consider voting yes or no for either of the Dragon Fury custom SMGs. Best of luck to you two, and let's proceed to talking about the MP5s. So, good day, Mr. Bastaz. We have the Treasure of the Abyss MP5. Get a good look at that. Now, it's not super colourful, not super in your face, but you got a pretty cool looking sculpted design on the side here. I'm not sure if it's super noticeable. I mean, if you were to look at it, you can see it like that. So, hey, maybe that might work out all right. Aim down the sight. What do we see? Aim down the sight. Where is it? Bastaz, always add an aim down the sight image. We need to see what the colour of the aim sight looks like. We need it. Come on. Right, I'm guessing it's grey from what I can see there. If it's not, that's on you, Bastaz. You were supposed to show me the picture. I can't see it, I'm afraid. So, yeah. If you happen to be a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no. Then we have the Firestorm MP5. See that, Bastaz? That's the name down the sight. I'm joking. Right, so very useful yellow and orange. Orange Hedge. You can tell what a colour is, right? Blue. Right, so this is made by Himic and Sir Q, and got a little goof of that. Looks very nice, very cool. So this is the second Firestorm skin, if I can remember. I talked about your workshop not too long ago, Mr. Himic. Yeah, we had an AK not too long ago. So it looks like this is trying to start up as a brand new collection. Maybe it might work out. Let's see. Are you a fan of this? Do you like the design? Is this for you? Well, please consider voting yes or no for Himic's and Sir Q's Firestorm MP5. I was about to say the AK. Oh, almost screwed up there. Right, now we have the Thompson Laser. This is made by GBG. Get a good look at this. Very nice, down-to-earth, sleek-looking design. Very cool. Red outlines. Black tint. Greyish, browny black. I can't really... What colour would you say? Grey? Yeah, we'll go grey. Grey, yeah. So, looking pretty cool there. good picture to showcase there with the weapon racks looking very nice. Would you like to see this potentially being accepted? Please consider voting yes or no for the Thompson laser. Now, where's the aim down the sight image? I don't have an aim down the sight image. I am depressed. Let's move on. Please. Not you, Chillag. No, where's the aim down the sight? Why doesn't everybody do it? We got the alligator Thompson. It's very cool. You got all like the little limbs here and whatnot. You got the eye, you got the mouth. It's nice, it's cool. But where's the aim down the sight image, Chillag? I need to see what the colour of the tip is. Well, I guess you can see that enough. It's a white tip, a white aim sight for a mostly green skin. Potentially that should work out quite alright. Maybe not in the snowy environment. Well, we shall see. Anyway, we've seen a crocodile-themed Ioka. Now we've got an alligator-themed Thompson. I don't know what else is next, but hey, if you happen to be a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no for the alligator Thompson. Best of luck to you, Mr. Chillag, with my video. Right, let's now take a look at some pump shotguns, some SARs, LR300s, and I guess all the AKs as well. There wasn't that many AKs this week, even though, as you can see, there's still quite a lot of them. Right, I think I'm going to sneeze. I think... No. Are we good? We're good. We're good. Alright, awesome. So, it wasn't because of the skin, don't worry. It's just me. I don't know. You know when it kind of tickles and you're like, yeah, I'm about to sneeze. I'm just accepting this. Oh, it didn't happen. Right, anyway. Brutalist pump shotgun. So I guess this is also in reference to the upcoming building skin that we're about to get. Get a good look at this. Got all like the wiring in place and whatnot. Concrete, trying to hold it in place and keep it all together. Cool idea, cool approach. Hey, maybe that potentially might work out and get accepted. October Force Wipe is just a few weeks away. If you'd like to see this being accepted in time for that brand new Brutalist building DLC, please consider voting yes or no for this pump shotgun made by Mr. Fuff. Please consider voting yes or no. Then we have a continuation of the comics collection. This is made by Legacy. Get a good look at this. It says... So yeah, it is a pump shotgun skin, and we don't see too many of them being accepted. We've had a couple this year, I believe. We had the El Diablo, and we also had... No Mercy, that's it. So... Comics collection is the thing that we need to take a look at, though. Comics. Right then, so this year we had hoodie and pants and boots and gloves. Whilst that was nice, we never did get that tier 3 armour or the tier 2 armour, which was odd. It was definitely submitted, more than once at least as well. But Face Punch just thought, nah, we're good. Even though it sold a lot, which is weird. It is weird. It sold a lot. No, Face Punch didn't want more. I don't know. Strange, isn't it? Anyway, we've now got another weapon skin. Would a pump shotgun magically cause all of this to go up in demand and up in price? I don't think so. However, I do happen to know that these pure white skins do tend to retain their value very nicely, and they do tend to go up in price very nicely as well. Seems a lot of people like to use them in the snowy environments, the Arctic environments and whatnot. If you can wear all white, then maybe people from afar can't really notice you that easily. Maybe if they don't have the best of eyes. But yeah, I don't think a pump shotgun's going to magically cause all of this to go up in price. So I don't really see that much of an investment there. Now, if it was to be, tier 3 armor or tier 2 armor, yeah, of course, because, that would go up in price and that would go up in price. And yeah, but it's a weapon. So yeah, weapons don't really seem to have that much of an impact if the collection's already well established and whatnot. Got a nice little smiley face right there. Well, if you happen to be a fan of this comics pump shotgun, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Legacy. Moving on, we have the Snake Slayer SAR. Get a good look at this. It's reminding me of the jazzy design, the 90s jazzy design. Didn't we look at a skin from you last week? Is that not copyright? No. Okay, wait, hang on a minute. Okay, so if I looked up... did I talk about this in the last week? 90s jazzy design. You'll know it. Here we go. It's this. It's the 90s jazzy design right there, that colour. It's reminded me of that. Yeah, very much so. So, maybe it's just because it's the same type of colours. Maybe that's just the case. Maybe I'm just going crazy. I mean, we've already established that already. So, hey, like Saint Art, pretty cool looking design. YouTube, do you like what you see? Where's the aim down the sight image? There we go. But it's hard to see, Dice Saint. I can't tell the colour. Get better lighting! Damn it! I think that's just purple. Because that's the best archer I can figure out, Lysane. You didn't give me better lighting to look at. That is awkward. 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 So if you happen to like this, please consider voting yes or no for... actually, you know what? If we were trying our best, it looks like the aim down the sight is bright purple here, but like a bluish dark blue there. So maybe that's going to be super helpful. Do you know what's not super helpful? That picture that you showed, Lysane. Right. Point is, it does look like it's going to be good for most environments. So yeah, if you happen to like that, please consider voting yes or no. Moving on, we have the Anglerfish version 2 LR300. Get a good look at this. This is made by MM and Eichfinier, and those are some scary looking anglerfish. They're going to bite your hand off. Oh wow, how lovely. So yeah, pretty cool looking design. If you are a fan of that, please consider voting yes or no for MM and Eichfinier's Anglerfish version 2 LR300. There's not much else I can really say, sorry. So yeah, please consider voting yes or no. Then we have the newest Chameleon skin. So let's just give you a bit of an update on this. When this was first made, there was 4 Chameleon skins that were made. We had a Thompson, we had the AK, we had the MP5, and we had the LR300. They were made over a year ago. Randomly, we had the Thompson skin being accepted in Most Wanted just a fair few weeks ago. So all of the Chameleon skins that I just mentioned got a version 2 made, and, well, 3 of them have been accepted so far. This is the last one. So I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if this is accepted. Like, not surprised at all. Like, not surprised at all, no. So, useful aim sight there. Get a good look at this. You can even look at the GIF, but we know how this looks. It's nice, it's shiny, very colourful in its own way. So, things are looking pretty impressive there. Will this be accepted? Wouldn't be surprised. Already mentioned that. From here and now, either Milho Frito will be making even more Chameleon skins from scratch, or maybe he takes a break from it, because I don't think it would have been too hard to make a version 2 from what already existed. If we were to go over to here, as you can see, we've just had the Chameleon MP5 being accepted, and things are looking somewhat alright. So this is a rare example of a weapon-only collection that does work out quite alright. The other option that we could take a look at is the likes of the Redemption Collection. Very nice, very shiny, very likely going to get even more weapons skins being accepted, and potentially in the future maybe deployables and weapon, clothing and armour and whatnot. So yeah, Milho has done it all. He's done it all with the likes of his Tempered collections and many other various collections over the past few years. I wouldn't be surprised if people probably would want the full collection, especially when they want to decorate the likes of their weapon racks. And yeah, that's a definitely very nice, shiny collection that will stand out very nicely for it. So I think Facepunch knows that. I think we all know that. I think even Milho, I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name properly. I'm very sorry. Milho, keep at it. Give me a revolver. Moving on. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see even more being made, even more being accepted. At least 10 weapons. At least 10 weapons, and I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, the best thing that I can compare to is the Redemption Collection, which at the moment, not all of it's doing super great, but it's not exactly super ruined. It's retaining most of its value. By post-Christmas time, all of it will be in the positive, and now it's all disappeared for some strange reason, and now it's all reappeared. SCMM's being a little bit weird today, but yeah, I basically rank the Chameleon Collection basically in the same tier as the Redemption Collection. They will be retaining their value as time goes on, and things will only improve. The LR300, if that were to be accepted, only makes the collection even bigger, only brings more investment and more demand to the whole collection. The LR300 by itself, they might struggle, because LR300s by itself, not exactly with the best gun demand, and well, if the weapon doesn't have very high gun demand, there's not going to be that much justification for owning a skin, therefore skin prices won't really hold up very well. But the fact that it's part of this well-liked collection, things might actually be a bit fair bit different, so we shall see. So, best of luck to you, Mr. Milho Frito. If you happen to like this YouTube, please consider voting yes or no. And, of course, Sakatis Milias. Right, now we have AK-47. So, here is the Starry Dream AK-47. Yeah, good look at this. Made by Sunart. Do we have a little GIF? No, we don't have a little GIF. Oh, I thought we were going to see like a little progression piece of seeing how it was all made. Well, all we have is the art itself. Do you like it? Do you admire it? Does it want you to go to sleep? In a good way, in a good way. It's a nice little piece of imagery. So, if you're a fan of that, please consider voting yes or no for the Starry Dream AK-47. Best of luck to you, sun up. Then we have the Stellar Midnight AK-47. So this is made by Nebula. I think that's how I'm supposed to pronounce your name. If it's not, please tell me, but I'm pretty sure it's Nebula. Aim down the sight. What do we see? It's just, oh, we got a nice bit of red right there. Very useful to have. Very nice aim sight. Pretty cool looking design, but this comes in 2 versions, which I can show you the second one of now. So one of them was supposed to be stockless, but they both have stock. Wait, what? I don't know. Maybe they didn't. Oh, okay. So the actual individual images have no stock, but the base one does. I don't know what you did there, Nebula. Make sure you don't have that mistake again. But yeah, aim sight will still be the same. So anyway, if you happen to like this, please consider voting yes or no for the Stellar Midnight stockless and stock version AK. Cool. Yeah, my mind's all over the place. Sorry about that. Right, Slivkey. What do we have here? Digital Pet AR? Where is the digital pet? This is the weirdest looking Tamagotchi I've ever seen. What? Where is he? Am I supposed to feed him? Feeding the blood of my enemies. Yes, okay, cool. This is the weirdest looking Tamagotchi, Mr. Slivkey. And I'm not sure what else are they going to need. Does he need to be fed? Have I kept the light on too long? Tell me, Slivkey! Anyway, aim down the sight. What do we see? It is a somewhat reddish tip right there with a green outline. So yeah, that would be good for every single environment, basically. So pretty cool AK-47 idea. It's just, does he update? I need to know. Do I have to feed him? Right. Best of luck to you, Slivkey. If you happen to be a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no for the Digital Pet AR. Electro AK-47. So, get a good look at this. This is made by Stapitch. Yep, cool looking design there. That's pretty nice. What does it look like in game? Alright, somewhat, I don't know, I can't really explain what I'm seeing here. I was about to say like a rusted looking type of design, but no, definitely looks like it was made that way. Alright, okay, well, if you happen to be a fan of the Electro AK-47, please consider voting yes or no for Stapitch, and yeah. There we have the Black Hole AK-47. Kosem, what do we have right here? Is it alright to handle? I'm a little bit scared. Right, so it's like a interstellar type of design. If you were to look at it from the side, yeah, you can see all the stars, the clouds, and what the Oort clouds. I don't know how you pronounce them. Oort. You know what I'm on about. The Oort clouds with all the dust and whatnot in there, in the vast expanse of space. So yeah, pretty cool looking design. And aim down the sight. What do we see? Aim down the sight. What do we see? Whoa, it's the red. A little bit of red right there, and mostly black red bits here as well. So useful aim sight for all environments. Very nice. Aim down it. Black Hole AK-47. If you happen to be a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no. Sorry, I was just being goofy there. Best of luck to you, Mr. Kosem. Aim down it. Moving on. Right, so that was all of the weapon and tool skins this week. Which one of the skins was your most favourite? Which one of the skins was the one that you think is potentially the best one and potentially being accepted in a future Rust store? So feel free to discuss that. Write it down in the comments. Also, don't forget, if you were to look in the description right now, you would notice that we have the link to this full collection. You could go through all the skins yourself, vote yes or no if you happen to like them or not. Yep, you can consider doing that. I'm going to take a quick drink. Okay. God, mate. Seriously, now it's gone over an hour. I wanted to be fast. But now we've got all the clothing and armour to talk about, and there's a ton of continuations. It's a pretty good week, but there's so many collections now racing for a spot. So you're in for a bit of a talk now. Just you wait. I need to take another drink because I know how bad it's going to be. This could be an hour and a half long. God damn it. Let's proceed. Alright people, time for the clothing and armour, and there's a lot to talk about because there's a lot of collections that are going to be appearing, so brace yourselves, let's get to it. We have burlap, ponchos, and bandanas to start off with. Yep, we got some primitive skins with a continuation right there. So we have the burlap shirt and pants paint design. Get a good look at this. Get a good look at this. And this as well. Yep. This is made by Lifter. If you happen to be a fan of this, if you happen to be a fan of what you see here, this goofy painted burlap design, please consider voting yes or no for Lifter's burlap shirt and pants paint design. Yes. Then we have Kelmo Legends High Visibility Poncho. So yeah, if you've ever been on a building site or whatever, or, you know, if you have to walk along the road at night time, it's usually very helpful to wear a high-vis vest. Now, on Rust Island, it's probably not the best to get noticed very easily. Now, this isn't really going to make you a whole lot more easier to be noticed. It's just a goofy idea. We do also already have the likes of a right helmet that looks like a builder's hat. So, hey, that's probably a very good thing to pair up with it. You know what? Keep an eye out for that. What's it called? I'm going to have to look up all the right helmets. You know what I'm on about, don't you? This is just my own curiosity. So, what was that builder's thing? It was called the operator helmet. So, yeah, pair that up with the likes of that. That would look cool. That actually would look really cool. So role players, you got something there. You got something. So if you happen to be a fan of this high-vis poncho, please consider voting yes or no. And best of luck to you, Kelmo Legend. You really should have worn the thing for there as well. I'm just saying, that would look cool. Anyway, moving on. We have Butterflies Poncho. So this is made by Zinc. This is a bandana and a poncho. Now, didn't you used to have one that glowed in dark? I think I remembered that. I think you did do that, didn't you? Yeah, clearly you can tell it's a version 2. It's mentioned there, isn't it? Blue version, and then we got colourful one. So yeah. Oops, sorry. So yeah. Poncho, bandana. Bandana comes in... Okay, so we've got a colourful version of the poncho, but then there's an only blue version of the poncho, and then the bandana only has one blue butterfly. Okay, I see. I understand what's going on now. Right, do you like butterflies? Do you like the nice nature type of design? Please consider voting yes or no for the butterflies poncho and bandana. Then we have the Fierce Poncho and Bandana. This is made by Mr. Verona. Pretty cool looking ideas there for the artistic emblems and whatnot. Get a good look at that. Do you like this type of design? Do you want a more fierce approach with your primitive skins? Then please consider voting yes or no for Mr. Verona's Fierce Collection. And yeah, okay, so we had the tier 3 last week, now we've got primitive skins. Alright, okay, so if you're a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no. And now we have a continuation right in front of us. You might not instantly be aware of this, but about a year ago, Dark Schneider and Zed Skipper got their first ever marketable skin being accepted. That was the Paisley Bandana. And as time has gone on, they've thought to themselves, why don't we go back to it? Why don't we see if we can try and turn this into a collection? And with what you see right there, that does look pretty cool, like an old Western type of style and design right there in front of you. Let's just go take a look. So Paisley with an E, is that correct? Yep. Great. I'm wonderful at spelling. So, this is kind of cheap at the moment. It's not exactly doing super great. But then again, you know, it was all by itself. It was just a bandana all by itself, nothing else. So, yeah. It definitely would like to see more primitive skins coming out, and this would definitely very much enjoy having a collection. So with what you see here, do you reckon that looks nice with it? Do you reckon that pairs up very well? I think it does. I think a lot of people would greatly appreciate that. That's a cool looking design. Dark Schneider, Zed Skipper, you've done a pretty good job with all of this. So yep, if you are a fan of that, if you'd like to see this turn into a collection, and I believe there have been attempts before, with the shirt and the pants, I remember that now. Yeah. Please consider voting yes or no for the Paisley High Poncho and Boonie Hat. Yep. That does look a bit silly. Come on, show the full picture. Come on, Steam. Don't break now. It's way too early for that to happen. There we go. Yep. Very cool. So, best of luck. And with that, we're now moving on to hoodie and pants, and we've got a lot. We have so much hoodie and pants, but what I'll do is I'll talk about all the non-collection ones, and then we'll save the collection ones for afterwards, because that's going to be a whole lot more talking. Freddy and Krueger have made the skydive suit. Yes, with the likes of the parachutes being introduced to the game, they thought to themselves, what's a goofy idea that we could come up with in reference to the new content? Skydive suit. And I'll be honest with you, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty goofy idea. I don't think anybody else is thinking of anything like that. So hey, do you like skydiving? Please consider voting yes or no. That's like probably one of the most unique ideas I've ever seen. So yeah, I mean, the idea of it, I guess, you know, when you look at it, it doesn't exactly look super crazy, but there's only so much a skin creator can do with what they have. So anyway, moving on. Best of luck to you, Freddy and Krueger. We also have the likes of, oh well, there you go. Someone else for us. Skywalker hoodie and pants made by Vazenushka. So it's not skydiving. It's just nice clothes to wear whilst you're, you know, parachuting around the whole island. Yes. So that was quick, wasn't it? But no, that's not. It's clearly not skydiving suit and whatnot. So yeah. But it comes in blue. Yes, very nice, very cool. Lots of straps. That's what I've just noticed. Yeah. Lots of straps to keep you all nice and secure. Okay, that's actually a pretty cool approach with that. Ah, from the back. No, that's the front. That's the back. Cool. All right, I see it. So maybe that becomes a brand new collection. We shall see. If you're a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no for Vazenushka's Skywalker hoodie and pants. Then we have the homeless warrior. Why has he got no pants on? Oh, well, I guess he's homeless. So, okay. So, Golden Dreamer and Lifer? I think it's Lifer. Put some pants on! So, yeah. Homeless warrior hoodie and pants. Get a good look at that. So, yes. Do you want to run around and pretend you're a hobo? Well, we've got the perfect clothing for you. If we move over to here, finally, he's got some pants on. So, yeah. If you need this in your life, well, please consider voting yes or no. Things are looking pretty goofy. Yeah, best of luck to you too. Right, then we have the Aviator hoodie and pants. This is made by Jessin and Xenia Paris. And again, we are seeing more and more clothing skins being made in reference to the recent content that was added. But this is like, you know, Aviator, more of a like a pilot, I guess. Yeah, I think that's the idea. So, yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. If you happen to like what you see, please consider voting yes or no for Jessin and Xenia Paris' Aviator hoodie and pants. And with that, that's all the hoodie and pants that weren't part of the collection. We now have quite a discussion. Oh, yes, we do. Not only do we have one, but we have two collections to talk about. So, let's get straight to it. We have Bandana hoodie and pants. If you thought, all that tier 2 armour, I think that's enough yellow. Well, you're wrong, buddy. We got so much more. That is what potentially could be out at some point. We have Bandana hoodie and pants. They are right there. Could we potentially see a continuation of the Bandana core pieces? So, yeah, I did make this point not too long ago. How many collections do we have that are like all yellow? And in terms of like as yellow as this Bandana collection, not many. Now, yeah, this has gone down in price a fair bit. All Ruskins have. But that yellow hoodie and pants, that Bandana hoodie and pants, yeah. I think I'm looking at this with interest. Why is that? Well, you got to remind yourselves, last week, pretty much every single skin here sold incredibly low. Like really low. Really, really, really low. And it was very surprising to see. Now, what happens potentially here is if we do see continuations being accepted, there's going to be a surge of demand for these skins, and with only so many of them in circulation, well, what do you reckon is going to happen next? They could easily go up in price. They might magically double in price or triple in price, or who knows. So, yeah, with what you look at the kilt, for example, that's only got 34 on the Steam market. Maybe some people jumped in and bought some more. Actually, what's that right there? What do we see right there? Someone, I'm not sure when, so what day did it come out? It was very early, wasn't it? It's the 16th of September. Did anybody jump in early and like buy some? Maybe it was here? Looks like it. Maybe. But then again, it literally only just came out last week. Not everybody who bought this last week has the ability to currently sell it. We shall see what happens next. But by default, a new core piece being accepted will cause the pre-existing core pieces to go up in price by quite a lot based on an increase in demand. People want full collections. And well, if this didn't sell that much, there's only so much of it to go around, and after that, it starts to get more and more expensive. So, we shall see. But things are definitely looking very interesting in regards to this. So, if you happen to be a fan of the Bandana hoodie and pants, please consider voting yes or no for Debsky and PYH's Bandana hoodie and pants. So, yep, very cool. But then we also have another hoodie and pants that have been submitted from a potentially brand new collection. Well, not really potentially, because we've already got the tier 3 pieces. You know what I'm on about. Diaz has got his hoodie and pants out. Now, he wasn't like super vocal in regards to, I'm definitely going to make this or whatever. So, yeah, bit of a surprise. Now, look at all of this. Look at this design. It's kind of reminding me of I just talked about a minute ago, Hardsuit, a little bit. But the plating's definitely like a lot more thicker and whatnot. So, yeah, I can respect that. So, conveniently, we do have the gloves right here, so we can just look at the rest of the collection. So, we had Tier 3 being accepted quite randomly a good few weeks ago. To be more specific, about 3-4 weeks ago. Anyway, with this out, things were looking pretty okay. Didn't sell a ridiculous amount, but still went down in price. Then we had the gloves accepted. This spiked in demand and spiked in price. All the stock was bought out because this was actually part of a Rust store that accidentally got accepted super early. So all of this got bought out. People probably thought, oh yeah, I'm going to make a ton of money. Well, unfortunately, it didn't really hold. So if this were to be accepted, what's potentially going to happen next? Well, of course, the exact same thing, most likely. It's all going to spike in demand. All the quantity will probably get bought out. But will it actually retain? Well, you know, as we slowly progress to potentially getting a full collection, maybe then that's where we'll see the collection actually hold. But things do look a bit volatile. This did go immediately down in price after this came out. But maybe a core piece is what will actually help it retain its value. So, it's cheap again. The opportunity is there. Do you reckon high quality metal hoodie and pants will beat out the likes of the Bandana hoodie and pants and be accepted next? What do you think? Because you have to make a decision here. Are you to jump in? Or are you just going to sit on the sidelines and observe? Maybe you just want to do that. You don't have to always jump in and try and make an investment. Just chill out. Just watch things happen sometimes. Maybe you miss out. Maybe you don't. Maybe you save some money. So yeah, high quality metal hoodie and pants. Are you a fan of it? Do you like what you see? Please consider voting yes or no for Diaz's high quality metal collection. Yep. So yeah, cool. And now we can proceed for some tier 2 armor. But we've got a bit of a weird one here because Sendox, for some strange reason, you only submitted a kilt. Alright, you only submitted a kilt. Now, last week you did make tier 3 armor, but you could have made the rest of the tier 2 armor. You could have maybe released this with a pair of gloves or something. You're not, there's nothing wrong. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to submit something with it, but nope, you just wanted to submit a kilt. I don't know. I just hit my mic there. So, yeah. Bit odd, but yeah. So, moving on, we have the Madness road sign pants, hoodie and pants to be precise. Yep. So no, this is the tier 2 armor. Sorry, I remember from the previous week. So yeah, over the course of these past 3 weeks, Vlek and Igor have been submitting the Madness set. We have had the tier 3 armor, we have had the hoodie and pants, and now we've got the tier 2 armor right there. But unfortunately, not a single piece has been accepted just yet. Maybe it's, Face Punch are just taking their time. Maybe Face Punch doesn't feel the need for another full black collection because we just had the likes of Pirate Collection not too long ago. Maybe that is the answer. It looks nice. It definitely looks perfectly serviceable as a potential budget blackout option. However, just like I said, maybe it's not going to get accepted based on the fact that we literally just had a ton of sales with the likes of the Pirate Collection, so who knows? It's not like these two are hurting anyway. They're the ones who made Forest Raiders and Desert Raiders. They've had a lot of skins accepted before, so don't worry. But if you happen to like this design, maybe we are just a bit delayed in seeing this being accepted, please consider voting yes or no, and please also consider offering a nice comment if you can. Yep, all that tier 2 armor. Now we're moving on to tier 3 armor. And yes, we will have some very interesting things to talk about. So let's just go through all the non-continuation skins, and then we have a very decent amount of discussion to talk about. Red Ghost chestplate and, of course, face mask. Get a good look at that. This is made by Izvik. Get a good look at that. So this is just the chestplate. And then here it is with the face mask. Do you like what you see? Are you a fan? It's like fabric being like sewn onto it and whatnot. Melded on top. So pretty interesting. Do you like what you see? Please consider voting yes or no for the Red Ghost Tier 3 armor made by Izvik. Then we have Aqua face mask and chest plate made by FaZe. Get a good look at this because it also comes in a different version. So get a good look at that. And then we have the pirate version. Yes, pirate version right there. Get a good look at that. So which one do you prefer? The regular or the pirate? So, yep, bit goofy, but then again, we kind of already had a pirate collection. Maybe that was their original idea, but then they kind of came to their senses and thought, well, considering we've already had a pirate collection, maybe I should just do like a plain version as well. So you're totally allowed to do that, totally fine. So as long as it's basically the same skin, but just with a bit of tweaking, totally fine. There's no issue with that, all right? So whether it's the likes of glow in the dark or maybe some transparency, whatever, that's fine. You're allowed to submit both, and well, we'll see which one potentially gets picked if they were to be accepted. So if you happen to like these designs, if you're a fan of it, please consider voting yes or no for Phases Aqua Tier 3 Armours. I was about to say aquatic, sorry about that. And the Cramp has made bulletproof Tier 3 armour. Get a good look at this. So it's definitely been absorbing a lot of bullets. Damn, look at all of that. Oh, look at all of that. That's actually some pretty cool looking sculpting right there. So, yes, not only does it do a very good job, but it looks rather cool, doesn't it? Look at all these dents. Do you want to become bulletproof? Well, so as long as you don't get shot in the eye. Yeah, bulletproof Tier 3 armour. Is it for you? It's not actually going to make you bulletproof. It's just a design, alright? So yeah, if you happen to be a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no. Right, we got a lot to talk about. Quick drink. I'm sweating like crazy because it's really hot. Right, let's go. Concentric set. So I think this is version 2 now? I am not 100% sure. But we did get Tier 2 armour being accepted quite some time back, didn't we? And, well, I do believe we did have the likes of Hoodie and Pants and Tier 3 armour being submitted for it. Wasn't accepted. I think this is a version 2. You don't have to call it version 2, it's totally fine. But yeah, Confusion has submitted Tier 3 again. If this were to be accepted, how might things turn out? Well, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. If we don't see that much demand initially for a collection, but then if we do see a continuation appear, it will still spike in demand. It will still spike up in price, all right? So you can question if you like it or not. That's fine. But I am just kind of sticking with the point that, yeah, you could still see this easily go up in price, simply because we saw a continuation happen. Now, are you a fan of the Concentric collection? That's up to you. I mean, feel free to comment on whatnot, but yeah. It's in your hands, really. So, if we were to see more of this, yes, we could potentially see the likes of Tier 2 armour and even the AK go up in price very nicely. We shall see. But like I said, if you like it or not, please consider voting yes or no. Oh, wait, I just deleted one. There we go. Ghillie. No, I was supposed to delete one. Okay, anyway, moving on. Here is the next piece of the Ghillie suit armour. So last week we had Hoodie and Pants. This week we have Ghillie suit Tier 3. Is that correct? Let's just quickly remind ourselves. So if I type in Ghillie, because we definitely did have a core piece previously, didn't we? And we're waiting to see if it's going to get accepted. And unfortunately it wasn't. So actually, no, if we go this way. Yeah, if we go this way. What was the most recent one? It was Hoodie and Pants. Unfortunately, Hoodie and Pants weren't accepted. Now, like early last week, right? This was selling for like $7. Ghillie suit Hoodie and Pants, will that be accepted? Nope, didn't happen. That went down to $4. That happened, yeah. So, ever since the jacket came out, we're wondering, will we see even more? And we did see the Hoodie and Pants. It wasn't accepted yet. We should point that out. Maybe it could be accepted in a future rush store soon-ish. However, it might be the case of maybe we only end up with the likes of the Ghillie suit jacket. Maybe maybe it's just that. Maybe, but who knows? Could we potentially have a new full green collection? Potentially, maybe, possibly. There is the Hoodie and Pants with the Tier 3 armour. Are you a fan of this? Do you like what you see? Do you want affordable green armour being, put in front of you? Then please consider voting yes or no for the Ghillie suit Tier 3 armour. And, maybe the Hoodie and Pants might get accepted. Maybe it just needs a version 2, We had Abyss version 2, Tier 2 being accepted like that. So, maybe a version 2 is just needed. We are a fair bit crowded with the potential clothing and armour collections at the moment, and keep that in mind, alright? So, like I said, if you like this, please consider voting yes or no. Let's see what happens next. But yeah, I said keep that in mind, and why? Because we have another contender right here in front of us. The Redemption Collection has finally got its first armour piece being submitted. So, Slanosta, over these past few weeks, over these past few months, we've been seeing a lot of redemption skins, haven't we? And a lot of them have been accepted, bar that revolver, which I'm still hoping to see. Anyway, point I'm trying to say is this was something we were aware of happening eventually. And it looked shiny, it looked cool, it looks really nice. Get a good look at that. You definitely want to probably see that being accepted, maybe. So we now have to discuss what potentially might happen with the likes of the Redemption Collection, because, well, it's all weapons at the moment. What might potentially happen if we were to see the likes of Armour? So, number one, that's still doing reasonably okay. You might sit there and say, oh, it's all in the negative. Well, you know what? It's only down by 20%. During the worst times, the bad times, that's going to easily all go back up in price around post-Christmas time. And let me tell you, some clothing and armour to pair up with it, all the better. Redemption Collection looks ever so nice, ever so shiny, and I think we can sit here and say the exact same thing for the likes of this Tier 3 armour. That look cool. That look nice. And, well, it's a question of what even is going to get accepted next? What will we actually see being accepted next now? Because there's a lot of skin collections in contention for upcoming Rust stores. We have high quality metal. We have Banana Collection. We have, what else? We have Ghillie suit. We have this as well. And this would be potentially a brand new collection. What else is there that I'm aware of? Yeah. And then Abyss at the moment seems to be taking a bit of a break, so things might get a little bit awkward over the course of these next few weeks. But I'm being brutally honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if that gets accepted. I wouldn't be surprised if it sells incredibly well, even if it sells for like $3 a piece. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up getting the full collection eventually. It's very cool looking, and hey, you know how last year we got the likes of a very shiny blue set, what was it called? Skull Killer? Well, this year, looks like we got a nice cranberry red opposition. We can finally do red versus blue. Do you understand this? We could finally do red versus blue. It's achievable. Imagine all the servers now with this. Hey, server owners, I've given you a very good idea now. You can do literally an entire server of red versus blue. All right? So, just passing that on to you. But yeah, this was last year's very nice, shiny, cool-looking set. Could Redemption Tier 3 be the beginning of this year's shiny, cool-looking set? Literally the last week of summer, Slanosta. Unbelievable. But hey, it is what it is. It's cool. I think a lot of people will be liking that. If you do, please consider voting yes or no. If you happen to want to, please also consider offering some nice comments. Loads of people clearly already doing that already. And with that, that is the final thing to talk about. If that were to be accepted, I didn't really give you a final point. I guess it doesn't matter too much, all right? Because those weapons are still holding up very nicely. But regardless, that Redemption Collection, I think is very appetizing for all the people that want to get the best out of their weapon racks and whatnot. Now that you've got armor to go with it and whatnot, all the better. Post-Christmas time, things are looking very appealing for this whole collection. And if this gets accepted as well, even better. So, and then after that, more core pieces, tier 2 armor, hoodie and pants, even better. This whole collection's looking pretty good. So, I'm pretty sure some of you might already have some skins from this collection. Maybe you might want to consider getting some more whilst they're cheap. Opportunities, people. Whilst it's at its cheapest, it's potentially a great time to buy in, because when it all goes back up in price, around January 2024 time, you might be able to sell it and make some very nice profits. So I'm just pointing all of that out to you. Things are looking good on the horizon. Regardless, that was all the skins, gentlemen. What was your favourite hoodie, clothing piece? I've lost my mind. Got a bit of a headache because I've been talking non-stop. But yeah, out of all of those clothing and armour skins, which one was your most favourite? Which one do you reckon has the best chance of being accepted in a future Rust store? Feel free to comment and sit there and say that. I do have a few more things that I want to talk about, and let's just go to that right now. So, earlier I made mention that this Bombshell sheet metal double door is 100% going to be accepted. There is a bit of a pattern. There is a bit of a pattern that usually happens when a Bombshell skin is accepted. And if we can just remember when the Armored Door came out, which at the moment I don't seem to fully remember. When did the Armored Door come out? Was it June? Was it May? I'm just trying my best to remember. Have I gone too far back? Why not just type it in? Armoured. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find the week that it came out so I can just kind of bring up a point. And that is, usually during the same week a Bombshell skin is in the Rust store, we tend to see a skin creator getting their first ever skin being accepted. And that definitely brings up a thinking moment now. Who potentially could be the next Rust skin creator to get their first ever skin being accepted? Right, this is too slow. The 29th of June. Doodle-doo. Here we go. Here we are. Perfecto. So, during this last Rust store, come on, load up. Who was that person? Was it you, yeah? The answer is, I think so. I think that is, yeah. So, yeah. That's a pattern. What would be another skin that came out somewhat recently? The Double Armored Doors, March 23rd. All right, let's go to that. So, March 23rd. How many skin creators got their first ever skins being accepted? I think it was Jeeba. Yep. First ever skin accepted right there. And I think it was also Alloy. Yep. So you can see this pattern. Why don't we do it again? So what was the one before this? Was it the Garage Doors? It's the AK. AK, right. So 29th of December. Right there. And first ever skins to be accepted. JJ. Yep. And was it anybody else? I think that was it. Yes. Oh, wait, hang on a minute. Kozlov. There you go. So do you understand now? Do you see the pattern? Yeah, we very likely will be seeing some skin creators getting their first ever skins accepted. Now, I understand some of you people who are currently watching this video are skin creators as well. I don't want to get your hopes up too much, but don't be too surprised if you get picked maybe. Who knows? Who knows? And we should also point this out. This past week, we had one really random late pick, as in this skin actually came out well beyond a year ago. Maybe one of you newer skin creators is randomly going to have one of your skins that you made quite some time back being accepted. So, I'm just saying, we might see more of this happening. We very likely will be seeing a newer skin creator getting their first ever acceptance, but nothing is a guarantee. The Rust store picks that have happened fairly recently have been a bit odd. Have definitely been a bit odd. Alright, so, yeah. Just kind of want to maybe mention that something interesting might happen, but there are no guarantees, blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. So, I've been talking for far too long. So that's it then, gentlemen. I hope you liked the video. I know it was long, but we had a lot to discuss, didn't we? We had a lot to discuss. There's only so much that I can stop myself from doing, and anyway. Please don't forget to also take a look at the likes of TGG's most recent list, and also, once again, please consider watching his video. The most likely skins to be accepted this week are from this list, but with last week's batch of skins being mostly early picks, maybe it's going to be from this list here. Or maybe we get some extra late picks. I don't know, but let's see what happens. Silly things potentially on the horizon, but you can only do so much to be aware of everything. And yeah, that's it then. So thank you very much for watching me today. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you all enjoyed yourself. There is one more thing that we could probably bring up, and that is 2 building skins that are on the horizon. We are going to see a wooden building skin called Frontier. Yeah, okay, so thank you, Rusticated. So we've got Frontier wooden building skin coming out potentially on the horizon. And of course, we did mention it before, gingerbread building skin, which very likely will be coming out maybe for the holidays, Christmas 2023. So yeah, get a good look at that. We finally see the gingerbread as a reality. And cool looking first ever wooden DLC building skin. So yeah, cool. Thank you very much for watching me today. I greatly appreciate it. If you want to stay up to date with all the stupid things that I'm tweeting and whatnot, look in the description. You can see the link to my Twitter is also there. And I usually repost things that are interesting for all of us. So, yeah, cool. See you later. Have a good one.